Welcome back to the Promised Land. Today, it's August. It's late in the season, and it's time to go check and see how the bees are doing. So, as you all know, I've been following along. This is our first full year of beekeeping at the Promised Land Adventures, and I don't really know what I'm doing. So, but one thing I have learned is that lighting this smoker, I'm not good at it. So what we're going to try to do, it seems like it just gets started about the time I'm done. So what we're going to try to do today is light it before we go down there. So I can get this thing lit. Oh. It's important that you use natural products for your smoker when you're smoking your bees. Obviously, we don't want to use any accelerants or chemicals. My hope is we'll get this thing lit and it will be good and smoking by the time we get ready to use it. Today we're just gonna pop the top off, take a look. We got a little bit honey bound earlier, about a month ago. That means that they had packed too much honey in there and didn't have enough space to lay the brood eggs and things of that nature. So we swapped some frames around, and we're just going to go see if they've made any new brood or comb, and just see how things are going in general. So stick with us. We're going to drive down there now. All right, here we go. Drive down and see how the ladies are doing. It's the first cool morning we've had since summer started. Pretty awesome. So there's the pool. There's our garden. Remember the raised garden beds? Well, they turned into a bunch of marigold beds because we didn't realize how much bigger they were going to be. Marigolds get very big. At least the heritage ones that we got did. Road. Here we go. Always roll your windows up. You don't want to get in here and find all bees. in the truck. That's not good. Our smoker fell over. Looks like it's smoking pretty good. Let's go see the girls, see how they're doing. There they are. There's all the girls. So the one on the left, the one where you see all the bees, that's a very feisty hive. You'll see they aren't real keen on you getting inside the hive and messing with them very much. This one over here is the original one that we split this year. They're a little chiller and easier to deal with. So our smoker seems like it's doing good. Just to make sure it keeps doing what it's supposed to. We'll throw a couple extras on there. There we go. Okay. Get your gloves and your hive tool. There we go. One thing I've discovered this year is that when I really irritate the bees, they can sting you through this thing. This is very tight on my forearms, and I get stung most of the time on my forearms through this canvas sleeve. So I think I need to get some bigger sleeves. We'll see. All right, let's get you in position so you can watch. So you don't want to walk right up to the front of the hive, and we will mess with the feisty beehive second. But little smoke there. Put our smoker over here. Put that there. All right. Little light smoke. Everything I've read and learned, listened to, says moving slow is important. You don't want sudden movements, and that popping there, not so good. Look at all the hive beetles. Not friendly. We don't like them. Another hive beetle. There's another hive beetle. Not really encouraging. There's not a lot of bees in here. That's moderately concerning. The population in this hive was a lot bigger earlier. So there's nothing going on in there. I had no plans on doing this, but we're going to pop this open and see. Okay. That's some capped honey there. Put that down there. Empty frame. Empty frame. Empty frame. So that's a bunch of capped honey. So remember I told you how docile this hive was? I mean, look, see how chill they are? These girls are chillaxed. They're not agitated and pissed off. Whoops. Sorry, girls. My bad. Flipped. All right, so that's brood, or where it should be. But nothing's going on. So We're not necessarily surprised because we're in a dearth here. So that doesn't surprise me that nothing's happening there. So that's all honey there. Now, if you see on the back side, they have not drawn this out. Now that is because this is a new frame that I moved up here. So they filled this one on that side, but they haven't got that one filled. But, and then you look in here, that's what it looks like. They're building comb there. So they're working on that frame. They're kind of working on that frame. There's a significant drop in population. I've noticed here, so I don't know if that's necessarily all that surprising. But during the dearth, they say they won't raise brood if there's no flies coming in. So this one here is not producing anything this year. It's been a bit of a rough year for the Promised Land bee juice operation. I don't really know what we expected, but I kind of expected better than what we've got. All right, so that's it. That's a late summer inspect. Like I said, we're in the dearth. We didn't expect much out of them, but we thought we'd do a check and see how they were doing. Next month, we should be extracting honey. My plan is that you'll get to see us go in and pull the frames out of the hives and then come along with us during the extraction process where we pull the honey out of the frames and package it up, and just to see how much honey we get in our first year. I'm not expecting great numbers, obviously, coming to the conflicts and the issues we faced this year. Interesting fact for you. I was standing here by the truck getting all my stuff off, and one of the ladies comes up, zapped me right on the face. Apparently she wasn't too happy with me. So she stung me right there. If you get stung, a couple things you need to know about when and if you get stung by a bee. Honeybees, they leave the stinger in. So if they sting you, first thing you want to do, get someplace that you can get that stinger pulled out. Like they tell you to take like a credit card or something, swipe across and hook it, pull it out of there. That way it slows the venom, because it'll keep injecting the venom into you. So another thing you can do, what I have here is a natural remedy for venom. It grows wild here in Missouri. It's called plantain. So I'll show you what it looks like. We have lots of it around here. So there it is, right there. All this big leafy, this stuff right here, that's plantain. What you do, you get stung, pull that stinger out real quick. Then you pull one of those leaves off, and you can smash it up. I chew it up, just put it in your mouth, chew it up a little bit, get some of them juices flowing, and then put it on the site that you got stung at. That's going to hurt. In fact, I personally think that hurt worse than the sting did. But the pain is pulling that venom back out. And so leave it on for 10-15 minutes, and it should help with the swelling and the whole recovery process after the fact. So it's not a big deal. It happens. But like I said, hopefully you'll like and subscribe, follow us, so you can see the rest of the process, what it looks like, all the honey, and all the next adventure. We have some pretty good ones planned for you coming up. But until next time, this is the Promised Land Adventures, signing off.